Imagine sitting down to your favorite meal feeling comforted and satisfied, believing you are doing something good for your body, while quietly deep inside your gut a very different story is unfolding, because some of the most common foods we trust every day may be slowly sabotaging the tiny world inside us that controls how we feel, think, digest, and even age. And today we are going to walk through that hidden story together, not with fear, but with clarity, curiosity, and a few surprising twists. Because gut health was not always a buzzword, and for most of human history, people never talked about bacteria or microbiomes, yet they understood something powerful that modern life has made us forget. The stomach was the seat of strength, mood, and resilience, and cultures around the world protected it through tradition, instinct, and food choices passed down over generations. Then the modern age arrived with convenience, bright packaging, and confident claims, and somewhere along the way we started eating in ways our gut never evolved to handle. So let's rewind a little and picture our ancestors gathering, eating slowly, chewing, while sharing meals, and relying on foods that changed with the seasons. Their guts were trained by diversity and rhythm, while ours are often overwhelmed by sameness, speed, and confusion. And this is where the sabotage begins, not with one evil food, but with patterns that sneak into daily life disguised as normal, starting with foods that promise health but quietly do the opposite, like low-fat flavored yogurts that look innocent and even virtuous, yet are often packed with added sugars and artificial flavors that feed the wrong gut bacteria and starve the helpful ones. And this matters because your gut bacteria act like a community. When you feed the troublemakers, they crowd out the helpers, leading to bloating, cravings, inflammation, and that heavy, sluggish feeling many people accept as normal. Another classic example is white bread and refined grains, which became popular during industrialization when milling technology stripped grains of fiber to make them last longer and feel softer on the tongue. But your gut depends on fiber like a garden depends on rain. Without it, digestion slows, beneficial bacteria shrink, and blood sugar spikes stress the gut lining over time, making it more sensitive, reactive, and leaky, a term scientists now use to describe how unwanted particles can slip into the bloodstream and trigger immune responses. Then there are artificial sweeteners, which were sold as a guilt-free miracle for weight control, yet studies and real-world experience show they can confuse gut bacteria so badly that the body responds as if sugar was eaten anyway, sometimes even worse, leading to cravings and metabolic confusion. And psychologically, they train us to expect extreme sweetness, which makes whole foods taste dull, pushing us further away from gut-friendly eating. And speaking of sweetness, fruit juices deserve a moment because whole fruit is a gift to the gut thanks to fiber, water, and natural balance. But juice removes that balance, delivering sugar fast and alone, which can ferment in the gut, causing gas, discomfort, and energy crashes, especially when consumed daily. Thinking it is a healthy habit. Then we have ultra-processed snacks, chips, bars, crackers that crunch perfectly and melt just right. These foods are engineered for pleasure, not digestion, and they often contain emulsifiers, preservatives, and additives that research now suggests can thin the protective mucus layer of the gut, making it easier for inflammation to take hold. And the scary part is you may not feel this immediately. Instead, it shows up as fatigue, skin issues, mood swings, or frequent colds months or years later. Another quiet saboteur is excessive alcohol, which has long been part of culture, celebration, and relaxation. Yet even moderate regular drinking can irritate the gut lining, disrupt bacterial balance, and impair nutrient absorption. And while an occasional drink may be fine, the daily habit many normalize can keep the gut in a constant state of repair, never fully healing. And then there is the modern obsession with protein bars, powders, and shakes, which can be helpful in specific situations, but often replace real meals and contain sweeteners, gums, and isolated proteins that some guts struggle to break down, leading to bloating and discomfort. And this ties into a bigger misconception that nutrition is about macros alone, protein, carbs, fats, while ignoring the ecosystem inside us that needs texture, variety, and whole food complexity to thrive. Even foods with a health halo like certain vegetable oils can cause trouble when consumed in excess because they are highly refined and easily oxidized, promoting inflammation when the body lacks balancing fats. And this is not about fear, but awareness, because our ancestors consumed fats in their natural context, not heated, reused, and hidden in nearly every packaged food. And let's not forget the role of constant Snacking, which keeps the gut busy all day, never allowing the migrating motor complex and natural cleaning wave in the digestive system to do its job. This can lead to bacterial overgrowth and that uncomfortable feeling of always being full yet never satisfied. And culturally, this snacking habit grew with busy schedules and marketing, not biological need. And one of the biggest myths is that gut problems are only about the stomach, when in reality, stress, sleep, and mindset play huge roles, but food is often the trigger that keeps the cycle going, especially when we eat fast, distracted, and emotionally, which sends signals of danger to the gut through the nervous system, making digestion weaker even before the food arrives. So what should be avoided is not just a list of items, but a way of eating that ignores signals, traditions, and individuality. And the surprising truth is many people feel better not by adding exotic supplements, but by removing a few everyday saboteurs and returning to simple meals cooked at home, eaten slowly with awareness, because the gut responds quickly, often within days. And when it heals, people notice clearer skin, steadier energy, better moods, and fewer cravings, which reinforces healthier choices, creating a positive loop instead of a destructive one. And history supports this, as traditional diets across the world differed in ingredients, but shared common traits: real food, fermentation, fiber, variety, and respect for meals, while modern diets share process, sameness, speed, and isolation. And psychology tells us comfort foods often comfort emotions, not the gut. So learning new comforts like warmth, routine, and mindful eating can reduce dependence on gut-damaging foods. And science now confirms what old wisdom hinted at: the gut and brain talk constantly influencing anxiety, focus, and motivation, which means protecting your gut is not a restriction, but a pathway to feeling more like yourself. And as you listen, think about your own habits, not with guilt, but curiosity. Noticing patterns, times, foods that leave you heavy or foggy, and imagine small changes that give your gut a break, because avoiding sabotage is less about perfection and more about consistency and awareness. And if this perspective opened your eyes or helped you rethink everyday choices, take a moment to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more stories that help you understand your body and live better every day.